Hello, so my name is Matthew, and I'm making this video to talk about my STEM EdD Passport. I've just started a new job actually. I'm working in an international school in Brunei. Lots of people don't know where that is, so they think it's in the Middle East. Actually, it's in Borneo, as I'm sure many of you know. So, um, I've just been made the STEM coordinator at the school, and really the problem is that there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that suggests that STEM really isn't being taught very well. I remember I spoke to a teacher about a month ago, and the teacher said that her class were doing a STEM activity, and they all made identical gingerbread men. There's a kind of cookie cutter approach, I guess you could say. And, you know, there's a basic lack of the teachers that I've spoken to. They haven't really had any training in how to teach them. There's quite a lot of transmission pedagogy going on in STEM lessons, and there's certainly a lack of student agency and multiple solutions. My problem really is that I really want to up-level the teachers through professional development. Um, so that's my POP statement. There we go. And my purpose statement really is, how I'm going to do that, which is through professional development. So I've chosen three theoretical frameworks for my problem of practice, and they are three ways in which learners learn. So I chose constructivism, social constructivism, and cognitivism. And these are approaches that will be used in the professional development. I've got two research questions. So the first question is really about it's really about what's going on at the moment and getting a better idea. So I'm really focusing on grade 2 to 7. Well, we only go up to grade 7, so that's one reason for that. And the children that are taught below grade 2, they're on a different campus over the road, and it's really for geographical reasons I've chosen those grades. There are 12 teachers in the primary school and 6 in the middle school, which is grade 6 and grade 7. So I chose two qualitative measures for the first question. They were going to be a survey, which requires, this is going to be for all of the teachers, and requires, long answers or short answers, but it's not a Likert scale. And I was also going to select 4 interviewees once I've seen all of the responses. So it's a selective participation for the second research tool. And I'm going to interview those teachers, and I have a research protocol which I found by Chernoff et al. Now, the second question is going to have a mixture of qualitative and quantitative measures. Before the professional development, which is going to be for 4 teachers, which I've selected, which I will select, there's going to be a before and after lesson observation, and I have a protocol for that. And there's also going to be a questionnaire based on teacher STEM PCK. So I'm really focusing in the professional development on developing the teachers' pedagogical content knowledge of STEM and how to teach STEM lessons. And I have a questionnaire that was based, I found in some research about that. And there's also going to be an interview after the professional development for the 4 participants, which again I have a protocol for. So it's going to be a mixed methods approach, as I'm using qualitative and quantitative methodology. Right, so the next part is for the literature review. So I wrote that last week actually as part of the previous course. So I wrote chapters 1 to 3. And in the literature review, I really had 5 areas. So the first part was just an outline of what STEM is and some discussion about, because there was some disagreement in the research about how integrated it should be. So I've looked at some different approaches there, and also there is a general consensus on what STEM education is. Maybe not so much on the integration. So features like inquiry-based, real-world problem, often using engineering as an integrator, those kind of features. I've got those three areas for the theoretical framework. I was also going to look at what pedagogical content knowledge is and how that links to STEM. As the intervention I'll be using is professional development, there'll be a series of sessions for the teachers. I've looked at what the features of effective professional development are and also link that to STEM. And also I have a section on leadership and the leadership styles that I'll be using in this research. So the programme alignment, I think this is focusing on social justice. You know, the school I'm working at is an international school. We follow the British curriculum, and there are about 400 children. And really, the children come from very affluent families, and they're a very multicultural community. And they're also doing very well at school, according to outside assessments that the children take. They're well above age-related expectations on average. So there isn't really a particular disadvantaged group within the school based on their culture or where they come from or anything really. So I focused on developing the teachers' understanding of STEM and PCK in the hope that all children will benefit. So, sticking points, here we go. I mean, I've spent quite a lot of time in the last course trying to develop the 3 chapters. So I did find it quite difficult when I wanted to, say I wanted to interview the teachers. I found it difficult to find questions to ask them, you know, good quality ones. I found sometimes in the research they don't actually mention the questions that they were asking in similar situations, but I have found some. I think that's something I need to work on. The social justice element. I mean, I'm very fortunate to work in a school where, as I said, people are very affluent. There don't seem to be, as far as I can see, any particular groups that are disadvantaged. So, you know, that may be a weak area. But, you know, generally, any kind of feedback you could give me, I'd appreciate it. All right, so thank you for listening, and good luck with the course. I hope everything goes well. Thanks very much. Bye.